వర్క్ ఎఫెక్ట్ కాకూడదు. ఫోన్ చేశారా లేదా ఉండాలమ్మా. అర్థమైంది. చూసుకోను, అర్థమైంది. మేమేం ఇది కాదు కానీ చూసుకో. అలా ఏం లేదులే కానీ చెప్తున్నాం కదా, నువ్వు సాటర్డే రావాలంటే అట్లా ఏం ఫోర్స్ ఫీల్ కాకు, అర్థమైందా. బట్ చెప్తున్నా, వస్తే మంచిదే, రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. ప్రాబ్లం ఎక్కడ వస్తుంటే ఖచ్చితంగా చెప్తేనే ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది ఒకసారి. నమస్తే. నమస్తే, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, प्रणाम, सुबह नल्ला, शुभोदय, मंगल के दिवस। मूकं करोति तत्पद्मपादुकां विधुरकाल ब्रह्मकाल प्रातःकाल संध्याकाल अरुणकाल उषकाल उदयकाल मानसान्तर भावये तत्प्रणमामि नमस्करोमि नमस्करोमि मूकं करोति तत्पद्मपादुकां मानसान्तर भवये तत्प्रणमामि नमस्करोमि मूकं मूकं करोति साधूनां मूकं करोति ऋषीणां मूकं करोति मुनीनां मूकं करोति योगिनां मूकं करोति गुरूणाम् वाचालं गुरु पद्मपादुकान् विदुरकाल ब्रह्मकाल प्रातःकाल संध्याकाल अरुणकाल उषःकाल उदयकाल हृदयांतर भावये तत्प्रणमामि नमस्करोमि नमस्कृतम् early morning pre-dawn early morning heartfelt salutations to lotus feet all those saints, all those gurus, all those yogis, all those rishis, all those sadhus, all those munis, all those munis, early morning salutation to their lotus sandal. For their incredible nature buddhi rupam buddhikam त्रेतयेका कूटनिवा सेना त्रितयेककूटनिवासिनं निश्चलं निरतप्रकाशक निर्मलं निजमूलकम् पश्चिमान्तर खेलनं निज शुद्ध संयम आमि गोचरम् प्रातरेव हि मानसान्तर भावये गुरुपादुकाम् हृद्गतं विमलं हृद्गतं विमलं मनोज्ञ भासितं विभासितं परमानुकम् नीलमध्य सुनील सन्निभमादि बिन्दुनिजा शुकम् सूक्ष्मकर्णिक मध्यम अस्थित वेद्योदाधि विभसितं विभासितं प्रातरेव हि manasantara bhavaye Guru Paduka. The one who went beyond perception, the one who had a right view, a right attitude, the one who processes every information positively, buddhi rupama buddhikam tritayika ekakuta nivasena. The one who gone beyond 3 planes of 31 planes of 3 planes of consciousness. Who can dwell in Holy Spirit? Who can dwell in Allah Tawheed? Who can dwell in Parabrahma? Nichalam, whose mind is, whose brain is, whose heart is, whose breath is just a flight, where there are no fluctuation, where there is a stillness of a silence. Nirata Prakashaka, the one who shines in Nirmala purity, Nijamulakam, one who realizes cause of every manifestation. The one who realized absolute truth, Pachimantara Kelana, for him teaching of a singularity is a child play for a guru, O Guru, O Lord, Nija Shuddha Yamagocharam Yogamatma Vishuddhaye, the one who knows the path of singularity. Siddhanta Gocharam Atma Samyamam. The only way to transcend, transform, transcription, translation, gene expression of DNA. The one who is capable of making you realize, O Lord, O Guru, Pratareva. Early morning manasantara bhavaye. Early morning salutation to your lotus sandal, Guru Paduka. Rudgatam, one who went beyond her whose soul read, Holy Spirit, one whose soul is Allah Tawheed, one whose soul is with Paramatma, the one whose heart is open, who dwells in heart, who connects every from his heart. The one who doesn't function from this brain, from this head, who functions from intelligence or heart. Heart over brain, the one who achieves Vimalam, so pure every cell, every neuron, manodnya, mind is sharp, vibhasitam. His wit always wins, Paramanukam, he knows the world of anti-elementary particle, subatomic particle. He has gone beyond world of gravity, world of DM, dark matter, world of D, dark energy, Nilamadya, gone beyond dark field, dark energy, Sunila, Sannibhamadi. He knows the journey through event horizon, getting into opening black hole, taking you to least quantum state of singularity. Bindu Nisha Shukam, he can take you superfluid, state of superfluid, changing your inner chemistry. No more it is juicy flowing, but it is elixir. A yogi healthy, happy, there's no more juice without his control. Whatever flows inside, everything in his control. Sukshma Karnika Madhya is listening, having experience, zeroth octave, highest octave for his sensitivity of sound, sound of silence, and between two ears there is a brain so sharper than a quantum, a millions of quantum computer, sharper than lightning. It works at the speed of more than a lightning. Sustita mastita vedyudadi. Every neuron, every neuron in his brain can find all possible way. Vibhasitam. In his brain is so sharp, no can't imagine his ability of cause and effect and all the ability of logic, ability of creativity, possibility beyond your imagination, impossible for you to comprehend. Hey Guru, hey Guru, how incredible, oh Yogi, oh Rishi, hey Sadhu, Pratarevahi Manasantara Bhava Guru Paduka my early morning heartfelt salutation to your lotus sandal for all your sacrifice for achieving above feet to be in the world of entropy. What a suffering it is. Hey Lord, hey Guru, what a insensitivity world around you that you always learn to enjoy instead of staying like any lama, instead of retiring into any cave. You are among the cave mentality. It is such a hardship for you. This world only throws garbage upon a true yogi, never understanding what a guru is. This world worships the one who connects the world of experiences, world of demon, world of desire. Lucifer, how heart-wrenching, how heart-burning. Hey, Guru. How incredible I am, how every cell of mine in full of overwhelming gratitude. Every moment, in every moment, hey Guru, I am your lotus sandal, giving me chance even to be crushed under your lotus sandal. How many lifetimes I must have done incredible karma of a credit, oh Guru. No one can understand what your lineage is, what your tradition is. what a suffering for you, and there's one carrying all the sting, all the burden, with such a joy. How incredible, I can't imagine in this Kali Yuga to come across a guru like Shankara to the Govinda. I can't imagine I would find a guru in some cabin in the forest of Himalaya, incredible to all gurus. I'm because of whom this being is sculpted meticulously. Without you, the life is like a rock, has no value, no purpose, only leading a life in inertia. Tom say, what kind of life it would have been without yoga, a guru, yogi. Shankaracharya's incredible way of every day, every moment. There is no day he did not reflect upon. Once he came in contact with his Guru, Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya, the one who got teachings from Gaudapada Acharya, the one who got directly the teachings from Manduka Acharya, direct disciple of the Buddha. It is not he caught it. The Brahma Rakshasi Manduka Acharya has to be. Once his curse is removed, and then he became a person with all the knowledge only to teach one person, and again an entity of Lord Vishnu, being a Adishesha. And Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva blessed Manduka Acharya, and his boon, his curse is removed when he came in contact with this Brahmin, and who has followed Yama Niyama scrupulously, who is utterly pure. The form of Shiva itself, Shiva took the form of Gaudapada Acharya to remove the curse of the Patanjali given to Manduka Acharya. Manduka Acharya as a Brahma Rakshasi dwelling in the forest. No one can relieve. When he pleaded Patanjali, he told, only, who am I? I am only a messenger. The one who has to forgive you is whose teachings today I have given it to, revealed the sound of Sanskrit, the sound of science, silence, and all that I direct witness of my Guru. Shiva, only Shiva can forgive you. Shiva can't directly forgive you. You can't see him because you're not eligible. You're ordinary human. You're not a reincarnate. So as a Brahma Rakshasi, you will live, but you will come across a great Brahmin. That is nothing but a Shiva will be kind enough to preserve these teachings, not to end with me. That's why he will take the form of Gaudapada Acharya, the great Brahmin. And when he passes through that forest, he will ask you some questions. You will answer. Then you will get sharper vimukti. You will be free from that curse. Then you will become a Madhuka Acharya. Only to teach him, because your lifespan is by then. By then it is over. You will teach him. Gaudapada Acharya is only the person who will understand your entire knowledge, entire technology. And then you will pass away. You will again go back to be again to worship, again to get enlightened. Under the same teacher, Gaudapada Acharya. So that's how the Shiva took the form of Gaudapada Acharya, a priest, a Brahmin. And he asked certain questions. So when this Brahma Rakshasa is obstructing everyone to test whether they are truly seekers, then he tested this. This Brahma Rakshasa said, I would not allow you through this forest unless you are a seeker of a singularity. And Gaudapada Acharya, the Shiva in the disguise, said, let me know what is that singularity you are talking about. He said, what is a singularity? What is the way to it? I did not find one, he told. I did not find one. The one who knows, you can't teach. And you betrayed upon your guru, isn't it? Immediately, he realized, he knows the truth. That's why he fell on his feet. His curse is removed. Down. He taught him what he knew. And then Gaudapada Acharya, the Brahmin who removed the Shiva, the one who removed his curse, kind enough to teach him. And that's how Madhuka Acharya, Brahma Rakshasa, got enlightened. He left his body. So, and then Gaudapada Acharya went to Kashi, the form of Shiva. And from there he went to Badrinath, again where the form of the Vishnu god, Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya. She is born, a great Brahmin is born in Kashi looking for. Then he traveled everywhere, he mastered all the Vedas. He mastered Shabdarshanas. Then he went traveling cave to cave in Himalayas. He went to Kedarinath. He traveled entire end route, Gangotri. Gangotri is not in the route. But he went to Gangotri. Then he went to Kedarinath. Then every cave he meditated, he searched. Fine. Then he came down, disappointed, to the caves of Badrinath. There are the 7 caves in Badrinath. And he stayed there for every cave he meditated. Then one day, in one cave he meditating, he realized that cave environment is different. So that cave is already used by someone else. He waited there for 7 months. And then the test for 7 months, after over, he did not leave because he is for sure that cave is special. he wanted to sacrifice his life because he could not find a guru. And he for sure he knows that is the environment he is looking for. That is the place. A guru is there, but he is not kind enough to him. So he thought of sacrificing his life. Then he came, Guru came. Gaudapada Acharya came. He is at his feet. Cried. Inconsolable. Cried. Govinda Bhavat Padacharya cried. Like Adishesha cried. Like Vishnu cried when he saw the Tandava, Shiva Tandava. Govinda Bhagavatarya, having seen Gaudapadacharya, the same Vishnu, seeing the Shiva, the same Gaudapadacharya saying, Adishesha, saw the Shiva. Now once he saw a reincarnate of Vishnu. When he saw the technologies, the voice is known to him. That's why he cried, he said, just like Shankaracharya prayer, because the teacher told how rare to find, how lucky for him to come across a guru. How kind Adishesha, Vishnu and Shiva directly to give him that knowledge. That's how the reincarnate of the Vishnu, the reincarnate of Adishesha, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu himself, Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya, went in awestruck of the voice of the Shiva he knows. That's how he is sure that Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya, he found a teacher. So he is at the lotus feet of Gaudapadacharya. I know this voice. You know the sound of silence. You know the path, technology. As revealed by Adiyogi Shiva, I can't leave you. Tomorrow is a Shivaratri day. What Lord Vishnu witnessed, what Patanjali witnessed, whose voice is witnessed, whose voice has become a Sanskrit of 50 letters, each letter representing the field of entropy, Shakti. So that is only the way to connect it to the, that is only the Shruta has to be heard by a student. So, Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya at the lotus feet of incredible to find, to hear that voice, longing to listen. Is prepared only for listening, not reading anything. Over, everything is over. That's all. So the teacher found Guru. Guru found the teacher. All the tests are over. So validated, evaluated. As a Guru, he validated the student. Sincerity, devotion, and never giving up attitude. Gratitude in his every pore. His ability to sacrifice for the Guru without even got a teaching. Sacrifice his life. Student has qualified. Dharana sucha yogyata mana technology of the sound of silence, dharateti dharanayet, the one who can listen, the sound of silence. Only the student who is qualified by karma, who acquired the eligibility to be a student, only can understand what is the dharana. A student has to acquire a qualification, and then only he is eligible to be given a dharana, practice dharana. Dharana, as given by Saint Yoga Yajnavalkya to pass down to the lineages, and that dharana, that devotion to that sound, appreciation to that sound, surrender to that sound, and practicing that without any, without any noise, without any brain chatter in the student. Then only he can connect. A mind of intelligent, with full of brain chatter is far away from surrender, far away from connecting to the silence, because the noise, far away from listening to the sound, because his noise in his mind doesn't allow. The qualification a student has to acquire is 100% surrendered to the voice of the Guru, taking delight, pleasure, profused in bliss at every chant, at every word. When the sound of silence a qualified student hears, he will get goosebumps. If you are not qualified, for you the sound looks horrible. Perhaps you are adorer of a music, indulgence, which makes your sense dose weak, like yesterday explaining you. A dopamine, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a particular area of conditioning, too much. That area is becoming overused at the cost of consuming every nutrient, consuming every input, at the cost of all other neurons becoming totally weak. Totally weak. He is called a schizophrenic. He is called obsessive compulsive disorder. Only one area, small area in the brain, remaining all areas dead, atrophied. The more he obsessed, the more atrophication takes place. Brain works, use or lose, that's all. When only one particular area you go on activating, on a form, on a chakra, on these things, conditioning becomes too much. So dopamine, any area of the brain, produces a dopamine. Activates the dopamine center only. So too much of dopamine. All other areas of serotonin too. All other areas of melatonin too. He can't sleep. Melatonin too. All other areas of epinephrine too. Noradrenaline too. Every neurotransmitter goes into completely zero. That's all. The dopamine effect is makes you mad. Understand? Music makes you mad. And that too, if you have weakness for one particular music, means you are addicted to your dopamine. You are not understanding. Every time you listen that particular object or that music, all other parts are becoming completely dull. Their entire nutrition, oxygen is supporting only for this small area in the brain. You are like a drug addict. There's no difference. Any addiction, any conditioning by a drug, conditioning by a sound, conditioning by any conditioning leads to dopamine effect. A form, a paint, other than self-realization, choicelessness, every choicefulness, every taste, when you're obsessed, becomes, impairs you completely. You become differently abled. In that dopamine, you will tell future, you can read the mind, you can tell everything that is a dopamine. Miracles of the dopamine. Psychic experience of the dopamine. Every psychic experience is nothing but a dopamine. Understand? That's what Patanjali is saying. That's what Shankaracharya says. Na mantrau, na aushadhau, na vedau, na bhajantu devataha, na bhajantu devataha, na yajñāyet, na pūjayet, na nadhen, pushkarayet. None of these things can take you to the enlightenment. No ritual, no Vedic chant, no music, no grammar, no dip in any river, holy river, no mantra. Can take you only when you go beyond them. Brahma vinichayat. Before you go to your Guru itself, you must have shunned all these weaknesses. You should have realized as a student, none of these can transform you. As a human, none of you can help you get over your weaknesses of negative emotions. None of these things can make you a yogi who connects to the entire world, who treats the entire world as is a family. In fact, now this person leaves his family, he loves only himself, nothing else, his experience, no one else. He already left his family. For a family, every day it is a torture with the schizophrenic, with the psychic. Every methodology you see today in the spirituality is nothing but, if you practice seriously, leads to, you have to go to the psychologist one day. He will tell you to stop your meditating. You will become psychic. You will simply become producer of dopamine, schizophrenic. Everything, if you practice seriously, I'm telling you, you will become a psychic. Without any doubt. All my experience, ashram to ashram in Himalaya, I have seen how many psychics. After all, my search for a guru is, I don't want to be a psychic. I want to live among the people, healthy, responsible, connecting. Not as a future teller, not as a mind reader. Not like a upasaka. I had been an upasaka of Shiva, upasaka of Durga, upasaka of Kali, upasaka of Vishnu. I had been a psychic but could get over the psychic, never interested into enter into that. I'm lucky because cautioned by my gurus. Each guru at one level of samadhi, immensely helped me not to become a psychic. That is the boon, because I knew what is the path. What is vairagya? What is raga? What is attachment to an experience? I am fully aware. Never looked for that. I realized the dangers of that. Staying in the meditation without food, anything, even 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, like a lama in the Tibet, where even your heart doesn't beat, called virtually, that's called Jiva Samadhi. Under my teacher called, his name is also Kumar. I came across him in Himalayas. He is from the same state. He is from West Godavari district. And he attained fourth samadhi, where his heart is flat, where his breath is flat. I could not come across one with the fourth samadhi. With so much of investigation, pillar to post, at last I could find him, thinking that as a nirbhija samadhi, as a seedless samadhi, as a self-realization, I thought he knows, but he told. I could not come across a guru, not possible. I went every cave in Himalayas. Mr. Kurma, don't waste your time. You have mastered quickly this technique of fourth samadhi, but don't waste your time. There is no cave in these Himalayas. Here in our tradition called Hinduism, that who knows the path. I already got stuck up here. I do not know what to do. In a way, I am a psychic only, but not of dopamine of first samadhi, second samadhi, called bliss. I already left all that. That's why I could go third and fourth, asmita samadhi. I could balance. I know what is path, what is not path. I know what is the balance of the mind. I am in the balance of the mind, but I am not a sthita prajnasya. To find that, you have to go to a guru. You have to find a guru. I am already old. I failed. Mission unaccomplished. And once I leave this body, I'm lost. I have to wait for a guru again. I'm not sure where I will get or not. This life already. Now it's over, my search is over. I am unlucky to find one a guru, but for sure there will be a guru. Maybe I held up in Vedic traditions or in Hindu traditions. So the debate, the lamas and all the practice. Could be, there could be. Definitely there could be, because They all are the psychics and gone beyond psychics. For sure. But I don't want to go to now at this juncture to the Buddhism. I don't want to go into that monastic discipline. I don't want to change now the cards. I can't. Because my mind is already conditioned. Now, to start again, I'm not eligible. I can't decondition my mind anymore. My age is over. My journey is over. I can't decondition the mind. Even to decondition my mind at this level, how many lifetimes I have to take, I am not sure. Where I can get samyak jnana, I am not sure. Just don't be a fool, Mr. Kumar. You are a very sincere student, devoted. You have so much of wisdom and so much of clarity, but don't get stuck up. My Guru Kumar, how come you have come a long way? Krishnamacharya went to see Rama Manohar Brahmachari, living in near the Manas Sarovar, walkaway distance. Utter shock he had when Krishnamacharya went. For sure he knows. Only soldiers, only British knows, because whoever is in every peak of Himalayas, already British knows. They are already excavating. They are already studying every peak and the height of every peak. Already it is explored. So, how come this person, how come a British people helped this person? How come this person got entry here? How come this person could at all know that I am here? Except the British, no one knows. Then he realized how Krishnamacharya came from Kashi to cave in Himalayas near Kailasa, in search of a guru. But he also told Rama Manohar Brahmachari, I could not find one for the self-realization, self-actualization. All that I could master is like in the Tibetan monasteries. I could pick up asana practice. I also attained certain samadhis. That's why I can tell you, 100% I can tell you, Shankaracharya practiced. He is only the one practicing 84,000 asanas. Then Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya. Out of my psychic experience, I realized, I thought asana could be the way for the self-realization, self-actualization. That's why I explored the field of the asana. So 7,000 asanas I could attain. For me to attain 84,000 asanas means I am realizing every moment, in every moment, that you have to be aware, but what to be aware, I'm not sure. I only know the breath. That's all. I failed to find a guru. That's all. I only can teach you asana, what I explored. Even this very difficult. Krishnamacharya said, I am at your lotus feet. Whatever endurance, whatever the pain, whatsoever it may, but I don't care. Even if I have to die here, already I left long back my place of birth, Karnataka, like Shankaracharya left Kerala. I came to Kashi only to study Sanskrit. I thought Sanskrit, knowing Sanskrit I will become A Pandit get enlightened. But while studying Sanskrit, I realized Sanskrit is the language of purification. It is sound of silence. It is a methodology. It is not an intellectualization. That's why I did not go to the scholars in ashrams in Rishikesh or Haridwar in Kashi. I am in search of a yogi. And I am lucky because I could teach Sanskrit grammar to one of the British general's wife. I told her, my search is for a guru, I could not find one. I told her Sanskrit is not a language to learn, it is a grammar to read, understand Vedanta. It is to end the entire suffering. Vedanta. I am in search of that guru. I could not find one. But I know the criteria. That's what I told her. I am lucky to be helped by them. Hey Guru, I am at your lotus feet. I already left everything. I left Kashi means, I left Karnataka to the Kashi means I left everything. One who left for Kashi will never return. Will return only to be successful, only got enlightened. Otherwise he will never return. In India, there is no such a tradition. You are going to the Kashi means you are not returning. Either you have to discover this self-realization technique, you have to be enlightened as a yogi, you will come back. Otherwise you will never come back. That's why Kashi is the last destination for any Indian. Every Indian knows. You left for Kashi means you left for a cave in Himalayas. Like any Lama who left for a cave means that entire village celebrates because he is not going to be back. They know. Any Indian going to the Kashi, either at the stage of Vanaprastha at the age of 60 years, or 75 years, 70 years, Sannyasashrama, or as a Gruhastu, the one people with the wisdom, or in Yavanashrama, or in a Kaumarashrama, even as a teenager, or even, you are lucky, Balyashrama like a Shankaracharya, as a child. At any age one can go to the Kashi. But the one who goes to the Kashi will never return. The decision of going to the Kashi means, that's what Shankaracharya asked his mother. Hey mother, I want to go to Kashi. Oh my God, oh child, this is the age not for the Kashi. Even I don't have thought of going to the Kashi. You are just 6-year-old, not 60-year-old, my dear Shankaracharya, Shankara. You are just 6-year-old. You don't understand how many vratas I have done, how many prayers to the Shiva. I am a Shiva Upasak. With the result of my prayers answered, you are born. That's why I named you as a Shankara. What is this Viparita Buddhi? Hey Shankara, what is this? You are born. I dreamt I meditated only for you. And now is it for you to say, for me to send you to Kashi? Without the permission of the mother, you can't go. That's what, mother, I am asking your permission. I have no, this is not the place for me. I want to go to Kashi in search of a guru. That's it. Once he left his place, never returned to his place in Kerala. Every forest, every cave, he searched for a guru. Every cave he disappointed, went back to Kashi. Again he came to know somewhere, again went back. How many times? Like flying back to Kashi and flying back to cave, flying from forest to Kashi, Kashi to forest. Why Kashi? Because any person sensible. Many people come in those days just to, they know, old. So there is a belief, they die there, they will go to heaven at least. They know that's not the solution, but there is no other go. Entire life went in maintaining kith and kin. Many, 99% of those who went to Kashi is only for that. Only to die there. There's no. But 1% of the people, they know going to the Kashi means. With the Tivra Vairagya they went. As a young, as a children, of course Shankaracharya is the youngest one. As a teenager, as a youngsters, and as Vanaprastha ashrams, those who realized. But whoever went, there's a big celebration in the family called a Shashti Purti, called like that. A big celebration before this person leaves for the Kashi. Because for sure they know that he is not going to come back. There is a honor given to him for sacrificing his rest of life in search of the truth. Where he will realize the truth or not. The truth is they will never come back again. Exactly the same in Tibet. Tibet carried the culture of India only. Whoever left never came back. That realization of going to the Kashi, as it dawned upon the birth or as it dawned upon child, dawned upon means, depends on your purva janma sukrita. How many lifetimes you must have done a merit to get even a thought of going to the. Today many people ask, the moment you say in India, what are you doing spirituality? The moment you say, I'm going for yoga, hey, have you gone old? Is it the age you are looking for? Huh? That is a general, even today, everyone going on a Chardham Yatra, going on a pilgrimage means, frankly speaking, not coming back. Means pilgrimage is nothing but in search of a guru. If you are lucky, you accomplish the pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is not coming back hometown, no. Pilgrimage starts from Kashi, that's all. If you are in search, if you are capable, that's all. There is no pilgrimage in India used as a trekking entertainment, visiting the temple and coming back again hometown talking about it. No question. No question exists. People have completely diluted. Today Kashi means go morning and come back in the evening. To dissolve leftover thing, materials in the Ganges and come back in the evening. Do the ritual. Already pre-arranged everything. In 1 hour it should be over, the ceremony. And the next flight, they have to be back by evening, or maximum next morning. Because 1 night they have to stay, or 3 nights they have to stay. It depends on some Brahmins with their understanding. That's all. Kashi means 3 nights stay, or that too. Staying in some ashram of their caste. Every caste has established ashrams in Kashi. Kashi is known for only caste-related ashrams. You are a Brahmin. Among the Brahmins, so many sects again. Every sect has ashram in Kashi. It is not today. For thousands of years. Kashi is nothing but full of ashrams, retired old age homes. the only place in India where old age homes are there, are ashrams. Whatever they earned, they carried. And whatever they have given there. So rest of the life they lived. That's all. Very few are in search of a guru from there, moving ashram to ashram, ashram to ashram, to remove shrama, suffering of the birth, to be born again in the womb, ashrama. People have forgotten even the very meaning of ashrama. Understand. How to tell the modern Indians, because they have lost the legacy, not legacy. The delusions now that prevail among the Indians. Many of them, they think far superior in understanding their spirituality. Because I am in particular dress, I speak in English. They don't understand. A yogi can never be, that's what Shankaracharya says. You can never judge whether he is a fakir, whether he is in the what form he appears. Forms only delude, that's what Shankaracharya says vehemently. The way Shankaracharya criticized, because he went to every guru only to realize they don't even know what they are looking for. Deluded master, that's why Shankaracharya speaks after he discovered his guru. What the world talks about the spirituality way back, at that time, contemporary Shankara's times. What has spirituality become? What gurus have become? And how the students are also deluded. What is the criteria to be restored? What has to be looked into? And today, down the 8th century, Shankaracharya, 20th century, in 12 centuries, 21st century, 13th century is gone completely. Whatever the Shankaracharya restored, again completely interpreted wrongly, understood wrongly. Why? Because lazy, spirituality means lazy. No Indian want to, no spirituality or self-realizing technique means no hard working, No one wants to do tapasya, no one wants to do any intense meditations, pain meditation. Spirituality means a pleasant experience, dopamine. That's why in the very Shankaracharya mat itself gone. Legacy is gone. Why? Because you want to make it easy. For you, you will never understand pain is only the way to change the expression of the gene expression. And engineered pain. So suddenly people find, my guru is a useless fellow, I had meditated so intensely, undergoing, I am smart enough. He has given me the technique, but how to avoid the pain, how to simplify the technique, how to misinterpret the technique. Every disciple thinks, every student thinks he is smarter than his guru. That's the problem. Every word of the guru is misinterpreted, simplified. In the name of simplification, the technique is gone completely. That's why I tell you, you should never ever manipulate. You have no right to manipulate any technique in yoga. You only have to look for that technique where it is taught in India still. It's a pristine purity form. Instead of trying to understand, learning from a person who doesn't know, understand. All my life is only that. To understand what exactly, where that legacy of the technique is existing. That only keeps you going. If you're looking for, you will get somewhere. If you don't even look for, you're going to the supermarket to find something, isn't it? If you don't even want to find out how, you will not even go to the supermarket. If you have nothing to search, if you have nothing to buy, why you go to the supermarket? Why you are going to the Google if there is nothing to search? Will you open the Google just to watch the Google bar or Google picture that day, whatever the doodle they keep? No. You are opening that window of the Google bar, search bar, because to search something. Understood. The journey of Kashi, in India, is a completely distorted truth. Every pilgrimage in Himalayas has become a play, a ritualistic, easy way of going and somehow coming back. That's all. Thinking that just paying a visit over there, you will go to the heaven. Or every discourse on the TV will tell you, you go and take a dip. Shankaracharya is a mad guy to tell that no dip will help, no pilgrimage, na bhajantu devata, na yatran. He is a mad guy. We are smarter than that. Now the modern gurus on the TV, you do this, your papa is over. Finished. You go to Kashi, it's over. You do this, it's over. If it is over, why the mess? Life is still happening. How many things you did not do, it is over. You will only discover it had just begun. How many things you have not done that, your priest told or someone told that it is over with that. What's over? Any emotion is over, any feeling is over. Or your search for materialism is over. Tell me, what is over? Tell me. Are your wishes for your children or your wishes for yourself over? What is over? Tell me. You went to Kashi and you came. What is over? Tell me. What transformation in you? Any trace of vairagya? Any transformation in your personality? Beyond? Have you gone beyond Arshad Vargas? Greed, hatred, attachments, experience, beyond any of this, beyond emotions and feelings, have you gone? You take pride, I went, my trip was so great. Oh my God, you should see that place. Ah, what a feeling. Once upon a time, a person went to these places and come back means he knows the technique. Entire village visited them to get the technique. He becomes a guru. Any person return to village means entire, not just that one village. Every village people will visit. And they will adore him. They will wash his feet and request him for the technique. Without going to the Kashi now, they are getting the technique. Today also, anyone goes there and comes back, relatives have to visit. It has become a ritualistic visit. They do not even know why that tradition is existing. For whom? This person got really enlightened, did the serious tapasya, realized after how many years he returned. Huh? The problem is the way you pollute Himalayas, the way you pollute these temples, the way we pollute these caves, the way we made them into consumer, places of consumerism. The way we talk about it, everything we made in India, senseless, totally. In fact, if I tell it is senseless, they call me, I am a senseless. Because my path is strict. That, no, easy. Money, money should come easy. If you buy Bitcoin, easy money will come. Cryptocurrency. Smart people today invest in cryptocurrency. That's the quickest way of, how smart I am. 5 years back, I purchased Bitcoin when it is only, $20. Do you know what the value of today? $20,000, even still. You see how smart I am? Spirituality has become a search for the smart discoverers of enlightenment, which everyone is encashing. It has become a gambling now. Buying which stock should I buy? Experts, expert firms to advise you how you can become a millionaire, in which stock you have to buy. All the present software engineers do. Gambling is forbidden in India. Anything that fetches you easy money is called gambling. It is forbidden in India. Hunt for the treasure, forbidden in India. Even today, if you find some treasure in your backyard, you have to give it to the government. That is a tradition. You can't own it. No one who owns anything under the ground, anything discovered, it has to be given back to government. That is the Indian tradition. It is a sin to try to own anything excavated from the earth. It is a sin in India. No mineral is produced from digging earth. Only by herbs. The leaves which are rich in copper, the leaves which are rich in gold element, even the traces, the alchemy existed. India is known for alchemists like Acharya Nagarjuna, who know the technologies of transmutating using the herbs, peptide synthesis, or gold. He knows how to convert any element into gold. He knows the entire peptide synthesis of any, not only any peptide, don't think any element he can produce in the periodic table. That's his capacity. That's why Dalai Lama adores him. It's not a story. Patanjali is alchemist. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य वैज्यकेन च योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां. Master alchemist. They are called master chefs. Master alchemist. Yopakarottam pravaram muninam Patanjali pranjali pranatosmi ajanu purushakaram shankachakrasidharinam sahasra shirasam shvetam Patanjali pranamochate anjale Patitaha eti Patanjali. How many of you read Ayurveda text? Every Ayurveda text I read. Every Ayurveda text. In and out. Shishtata Samhita to Charaka Samhita to Dhanvantaris. Encyclopedia of Dhatus of all element, encyclopedia of herbs too. Without that, you will never understand what is the ahara, what is the niyama of the ahara, food. You will never understand. Every herb in the forest, most of the herbs I know. Not because I learned chemistry, no. My interest in the herbs from my childhood, that made me to pursue phytochemistry in my PhD. You know, my 2 PhDs are on herbs and the molecules extracted from those herbs and their applications. You can't. The way honey has to be today analyzed or anything. Every product, every herbal product we have, I know their fingerprints, which phytochemical act, whether the essential oil which we selected. No one can cheat me by sending some copied and some manipulated chromatography. No one can cheat me in analytical chemistry. Like any photographer, established in photograph editing, he will immediately tell you, how polygraphers, how they will identify whether the photograph is morphed or not. Forensic science of photographs, very few are experts in the world. Like NASA, every intelligence agency has ability to find out whether any photograph, anything morphed, they know. It's a huge science. The research, every month the research published in forensic morphology. You can't. It's a huge revelation. Similarly, any herb, if some vendor has sent me simply copied and paste chromatography, I will blast him. Do you think, mister, I'm a fool sitting here? What he have sent? It is a manipulated one. They have to send the original one if they have. Most of them they don't have. I tell them very clearly, whether you have or not, then they understand that they can't cheat me. Next thing is, they will get it analyzed for us. Cost is expensive. There are labs in India, government labs. Hyderabad is known, it has a government lab, only has NMR. They can do any herb, any essential oil fingerprinting they can do. Provided it's not a commercial, so they may not take up, they may not be interested. Because already they are overloaded with the research work. They will not accept any private work, unfortunately. The most expensive diagnostics of anything, any molecule is nuclear magnetic resonance called NMR, which measures every angle of every bond, every link of every molecule, which has a capacity to predict the entire structure of that molecule. The only way you can understand the structure is in nuclear magnetic resonance and further advanced NMR spectroscopies, crystallographies and all when you study, coupled with. Then you will know, COVID-19 protein molecule shape is like this. Not only protein shape is like that, but that protein structure also you will know. How many peptides, how many amino acids it's made with. You can see during the COVID-19, the best of the research used. The best. The best means never in the history of the science so many discoveries in this field of the science. Now even Nobel Prize has to give, very difficult to give. For the advancements done in every field of diagnostics, in every field of biochemical pathways, in every field of biology, chemistry, in every field of medical science, in every field of virology, immunity, you can't imagine. Last 11 months is not only revelation for me, for you really understand the teachings, but also revelation to not only this science, but also the science in the labs. You show me which lab is not engaged in COVID-19. The dimensions today, what we can understand, never understood. Alchemist. What is the Patanjali? Yopakarottam pravaram munena. Do you think yogis are dummies? Every yogi is sacrificed for what? To discover the truth that prevails around him, that nurtures him. Anything that nurtures, anything that has a capacity to repair, rejuvenate, they have not left anything. Understood? For you, your yoga or your spirituality has no meaning. You don't stand anywhere, frankly speaking. You are your self-love pursuer. You are interested in your own health, that too deluded. All your interest is to serve yourself, maximum your family. Whereas how many hours you can spend to listen to this itself? You moan, you frown. Do you think a person with a burning desire will do like this? A person with a burning desire, serving for 25, 30 years, would leave suddenly one overnight. That's why it's all mockery of yoga, mockery of God we make. India is the worst place of mockery of entire spirituality and the monks and gods. Worst place. And those who are going from here to sell, much worst. Worst. No yogi will ever go abroad, let me tell you. Will decide to stay or will try to buy anything, let me tell you. Even he might go, but the moment I land up in Heathrow or in JFK or Dubai, it's like a torture. The field consciousness. All of your stress, all of your insecurities, all your turbulences. How lucky, the first thing I get is how lucky I am, how quickly I should get back to India is only the next thought in my mind. That's all. But like any yogis, it is only my purpose of stay is not for anything else other than yoga. That's why Lizzie and Anna several times said, you're not interested in Buckingham Palace. You're not interested in that London Bridge where it is. You're not interested in any of those places. You're not interested in that, where Shakespeare and all these places. You're not interested. The people come here only to visit. If these places are interesting me, if I am coming here, I am coming here only for the purpose of yoga. That's nothing other than yoga. And everything is burden. Everything rest, everything is such a burden. Entering into a world of suffering actually. How much you suffer. My stay in UK or any other country, I can feel how less suffering in India is. How come any Indian can live in abroad, treats it as not a suffering,
means how much they're disconnected from the reality, how much they're deluded, how much they're adorers of the ego, disconnected from the soul, only it tells. Even a non-yogi like a Srinivasa Ramanujan, a mathematician, who went to Cambridge, every day he died. He came in such a weak condition and he died. Do you think Gandhi is a fool to come back to India? Having studied, passed out his law with a brilliant colours in UK. Anyone who is connected, little bit of the truth, sensitivity, sensibility, can't stay abroad. Unless other than the purpose of yoga. That's all. That too, I don't think any guru will do that. That suffering, that burden, very, very pinching. Very, very pinching. The reason this COVID-19 online teaching, how much I feel and how incredible I feel to teach people in abroad from India connecting to you. That is what the pull of consciousness did it. If there is no COVID-19, I would never have gone online. Never. Ask Nita Madahar to whoever demanded online. How many times I told I'm not interested. But blessing in the discourse is actually who deserves the spirit of yoga, or actually the who needs, the one who suffers more needs it. And that's why yoga is worshipped abroad, because you think yoga, you are already adorers of yoga because you realized the potential of yoga in solving, giving you solace. In India, people still not realized. That is the reason, for me, to show incredible nature of what solace yoga can give for the soul. I'm continuing every day conveying you the teachings of full of consciousness. I can't tell you. The one who deserves when the teaching reaches, then nothing pleasing, then nothing more than happiness. Ghar ka murgi dal barabar. A chicken cooked at home is like, like pulses and like vegetables, never valued. For Indians, I'm telling it is like, you can see the Nirupama story. I can't tell you what are all the plus points this girl who served, who knows me more than anyone else, before even this tradition started by our volunteers, she knows me. She left the tradition, wherever I went, after 6 years I left that. Suddenly she found I'm teaching yoga. Without even a second thought, she joined. She knows me, how sincere, what are my capacities, what are my capabilities. She's only the student who knows me. As a fellow student, how much in that ashram they adored me, how much she inspired, she only knows. No one else knows. So, and she has so much of grasping, so much of, but the thing is, she can't socialize. She's a perfectionist. She can't take any criticism, number one. All her relatives, she's isolated from. She can't socialize with anyone. Her standards are very high, but her arrogance also high, her ego also high. She doesn't give value to anyone having less standards. She smiles, sarcastic smile. In our yoga field, all volunteers know her. But they also experience her sarcastic smile. The only person she adored is me, frankly speaking. That's all. I always try to tell her to socialize. I realize she can't socialize. That is amazing. She is a very disciplined, unparalleled discipline, unparalleled compromise with respect to certain aspects of yama niyama. Certain aspects of yama niyama. But she also had the weaknesses. So any person she adored in her life is me, frankly speaking. That made her to come to our tradition. Understood? Inspired she came. To serve only she came. Only one person she believes in this world is Dr. Kumar, no one else. She's not an ordinary person. I try to tell all my volunteers, especially Amarendra Ramadevi. Amarendra Ramadevi never could get on with her properly. Or she cannot get on with anyone else for that matter. That's why she has to be given an independent job. A guru knows to whom to entrust which job, how to treat them, to explore their strengths, and to accommodate their weaknesses, to see the change in their weaknesses. I am very strict with her. I am very much more strict. Whoever is a volunteer, she handling a portfolio. The purpose why she left is my strictness. She can't take. I won't leave any volunteer. I am the first volunteer. How come I will allow anyone not justifying? She's not different from that. Every mistake, anything happens, and when it comes like I work, all my volunteers work. Not at this level, but the portfolio they're handling, they have to justify it. In that way, they're developing enormously. The only purpose I told her to take over this because this particular transmission is being exploited. I know for sure she would handle this. So she accordingly, my purpose is to make her at least a little bit, all her fellow volunteers realize her capability a bit, to see her service and devotion, so that slowly she can socialize with the rest of the herd, rest of the group. I can't tell you, here also, almost in last 11 months or 12 months, all the time her fight with Amarendra Ramadevi or Amarendra Ramadevi fight with friction. And I have to tell them, I will stop telecasting. If you people sitting in front of me are not representing what you are supposed to be, what I want you to be, Then she compromised, they compromised. Said, hardly they talk to each other. But there is a little bit of harmony developed. I am very happy to see between her and Amarendra and Ramadevi. Otherwise, a fire always. She can't adore them, and she doesn't socialize. It's a big problem for them, actually, in a group to handle her. That's why I told, I warned Nirupama not to talk to any volunteer, for that matter, any student, without my knowledge. I know her problems. Her mind, a predator, but she is a good predator, not a bad predator. But she won't leave. She can't accept any imperfection. Her standards are very, very high, but not in every area. My standards are far, far high. Every day, I show her imperfections every day. She is a single-handed behind many of theory part. If you ask about Buddha, she knows every teaching of the Buddha. If you ask us, we have the largest collection of manuscripts in the world, the books which are not accessible to anyone. She is the single-handed source of, to Dalai Lama, to a monastery, to ministries. There's no library she has not visited. There's no manuscript library she has not visited. Of course, we paid for it, but still, her interest is academics. Her interest is intellectualization. Perhaps her devotion to me is my level of expressing the depth of understanding of the Buddhas or any of the. That's what she adores. She's a Brahmin. All her relatives, she has problems with her mother. All the time she's fighting whole life with her mother. Only mother, father not there. Her life with mother is always, she lives only in the hostel all alone. That's, her whole life. Her partner could not continue. I don't think more than a month or overnight. In front of her discipline or whatever it is, no one can live with her, let me tell you. If you are a cat, you can live. Otherwise, you can't. She can't tolerate any indiscipline. It doesn't mean she disciplined. She also read a lot of romance, fiction, indulged in. That was amazing to me to see one fine morning reading all this bad stuff. I can't imagine. But she was very happy to come back, but with a lot of graciousness, I allowed her to come into this tradition, because it's a very strict. So she changed. She shunned all those. Before she came here, she spoiled, in fact. Like any other girl. Without observer, I am telling you. Without a guru, without observer, all alone when you live, no way you will become a better person, let me tell you. In fact, you need guru more desperately than anyone else. That's what happened to her. I could see her fall. The books she read, I can't imagine. Her indulgence of the food, weakness of the food. Threw her health off completely. Going for the trekking, enjoying the place of indulgence. Like any of these modern girls, and that too, doing not a very high-level technical job like us, but a clerical job or administrative job. she is doing, her job is secured. That's the biggest plus point. After coming here, listening in this tradition, and slowly she introduced my telecast on TV to her mother. Her mother became inspired. She said, don't leave this guru. She became so motivated, she started using our products. She's a diabetic. She refused to take any diabetic medicine. She could keep her health dramatically improved. So her gratitude to her daughter and her respect for her daughter, first time in her life, grew up because she found whom she is following is a true Vedantin, that he knows Sanskrit, he knows the depth of it, he gone beyond, and what he teaches, the way he teaches is close to her heart. She became a fan of me, not Nirupama. With that, so first time in their life, mother and daughter could get on very well. Daughter taking care of the mother, frankly speaking. She's very, very there's no product she doesn't use. All her income goes only for buying these products for her mother and for herself. Because she has a medical facility, she is least bothered. She will get pension, post-retirement benefits, so she is not bothered. Understand? She is honest to the core. She doesn't spend even a single paisa of the yoga or anyone. Very scrupulous. Using only her money at any cost. She can't accept anyone's money. Her ego is very high. She won't accept. I tried several times to help her financially. Not even a single time she ever accepted. I told you. So in order to get over her weaknesses, and so I engaged her in this work, which she justified scrupulously. But then anything becomes intensive. A student has to grow actually. So she is grown impatient day by day. She told me how much she praised me every day sitting here listening. How much she was thankful for having this opportunity given to her. But you see how quickly things changes. Just 11 months every day, maybe a couple of days, 3 days, 4 hours, 5 hours. So now, she's so scared because her all freedom everywhere, anywhere is restricted totally. Because every day we have to give life like this. So, the service which becomes so motivated, a responsibility given, incredible gratefulness, gratitude they express, volunteers, when that responsibility is given to them. She told, Mr. Kumar, even no videographer is there, I can handle all alone. But let your program be live cost every day. I can manage without even anyone. Now I learned, whatever it is, I can handle all alone. No one is required here. But your program should go on every day. Damn, no one can decide, so, can stop your life as long as I am here. As a person behind this team. That's what she assured me. So I'm happy to get such assurance and to get such a service. Truly she served like that. There's no doubt. You can't imagine when a Lucifer, how he attacks. Any volunteer talks to her, anyone. She talks very high of me, the things which they do not even know. I told her, unnecessarily don't talk as if you know me. everything in every way. That became a... She only praises me, but the thing is, sometimes it gives a wrong information, a wrong message, people get it. So in that way she gets attention and everyone. She doesn't listen to anyone. Everyone has to listen to her. That's the problem. Including me sometimes. My job is to sculpt the student, chisel every time, whoever it is, in her best interests. I become very, very strict, because the more you move close, more strict you have to become. I know her ego, I know her limitations. So she can't. Perhaps it's too much for her now, for her ego, for her arrogance. She knows this knowledge, she worships, but you want for intellectualization. No person who transformed will ever do this, let me tell you. I'm still telling she's an intellectual parrot. But she's Sarvabhauma Tattva, she practices Yama Niyama discipline so strict. Like that, there are many in the ashrams. What we expect is total transformation. I don't expect she praising me. It has nothing to do. I want to see her egolessness, selflessness, egolessness. I always only, that's the problem. She always has a problem with the bosses, her colleagues. She can't mingle with her colleagues. She can't mingle with her relatives. She can't mingle with her own mother. I am telling you the story of her and mother. She can't mingle with any of the students here. Within no time the friction starts. She starts a group now. That was her problem. So having sensed, I kept her in a safe place. Directly taking, because I don't have so much time to take care of each volunteer. But yet, because she devoted her life, as having no church, having not married, having maintained scrupulously brahmacharya, having stick to very strictly yama niyama, having disciplined, having devoted to me. Devotion means in praise of my knowledge or whatever it is. My scrupulousness of my practice or whatever I explain, she knows. No one in the world can explain. She knows the truth. That's what she adores every day, listening, a new dimension. That's all for her. But for me, I don't want any such adulations from any of my volunteers. I just want a transformation in them, selflessness in them. She should have a sense of serving others, not me at all. But that she doesn't have. So, because she devoted her life, so even today she comes back perhaps. Normally we don't take breaking niyama, yama, without telling no one who goes. She doesn't have to handle this responsibility if she has to. I told her, today morning I texted her, I want to tell you that you don't have to carry this responsibility. Still you can continue as a student or whatever you want to do. Because she sacrificed her life in a way, but I'm not sure whether she really sacrificed, as far as I know. So she has no way to go. Of course she goes, all alone living in trekking, monasteries, and enjoying their intellectual stuff. She keeps visiting the places for entertainment, nothing else. Now that's what she's missing perhaps. That amazes me, how come one can be indulgent, one can still have all this listening every day. What a transformation should come, but it doesn't come. I have seen her arrogance, her inclinations towards visiting the places, and inclinations towards many things. Every of her inclinations I chopped off, let me tell you. It's painful for her. But if she has to grow beyond, if she has to dissolve ego, she has to. Otherwise, tradition will not. In fact, she had special privilege. I can only handle her. She can't. She doesn't want. She wants to be a predator. That's all. She can't. Impossible for her to report to. Every volunteer can work under Amarendra, but she can't. I have seen her. So in order to help her, we have given her a lot of privileges. I have given her the privileges, considering her devotion, dedication. Poor thing, sacrificed her life. That's all. Even that also, she doesn't want. So the way she left is such a shock for me. Indicates absolutely there is no transformation. She is the same predator, the same non-socializing, the same damn not caring attitude. She doesn't care anyone. She doesn't care anyone in the world except her. She doesn't care anyone. Now I realize she doesn't even care. So she's very, very hard. I don't think she even looks back or comes here. Hard nut. This is how the students ruin their life, I'm telling you. I went all out the way to help her, engaging her. She knows that. But now, old habits never die. So I can clearly see that. Every day sitting here, what a transformation should have come. I know, even working under her for this team is not easy. She tortures. It's not easy. But yet, her team is her team. I told her, to be strict but simultaneously to care them. She can't. She doesn't have kind-hearted, loving nature. No, she doesn't have. That change should come to connect and to love everyone. She is the last person to love anyone. She loves herself. She loves her guru. That's all. No one else in the world. She can't. She doesn't have that kind-heartedness at all, even after all these years. I could see someone kneels down in front of her, Isha Guru, kneels down in front of her, tells her their story and tells, then she will be pleased to help them, her team members. If anyone raises a little bit head, she will be very, very strict. She will see that that fellow is removed. So she doesn't have that kind of balanced approach. I try to help her, accommodate her to the best. Whatever she asked as a team leader, we have given her, never questioned. Always encouraged her to have the best of telecasting equipment, to the best of the facilities for her, whatever she can. But unfortunately, you should know how the volunteers feel. I'm not talking negative about her, but see, look at the negative aspects of a great personality. What's the point having all these positive traits? If there is anyone in the world who read entire Buddha's teachings next to me, she knows also for sure every translation of the Buddhas, because she doesn't know Pali language or Sanskrit. So she knows every translation. If anyone read every translation, every book on Theravada, she has read it. If there is any person in my among my students. Every day, like I am speaking to you, every word she can reproduce. Every day she used to, I wanted to hear from her, so what all things I taught that day and what are the things missing so that I can continue. Every day she is like a Ananda, memory. So the qualities of Ananda are different, but her memory, she makes a points, and every day she will tell me what are all the points I covered without missing anything. Very quick to comprehend. That's her strength. She's only the person. But what's the point? If that nurtures her ego or arrogance. Even she reflects many times when she uses references from Buddha's teachings, when she uses, so and so your discourse you told like that. I liked it, or when she says, I liked this example too much. I simply cut her off. You be just what I spoke, you tell me, nothing extra. I don't want you to tell me what Buddha said about it. I know already. You don't have, I know your intellect. You don't try to tell me. You just tell what I explained. Exactly. Don't try to add your opinion about it, your adulations, your liking about it. Don't tell me that. I never encourage. But she's only the one. Listens every word of it and records, and she reproduces. That is her capacity. Understood? No one else can do in my group. No one. No volunteer has that kind of a comprehending capacity because she's focused. She had a lot of problems, health issues, because of her nutraceuticals. And she cannot, her status was, her knees are so bad, she cannot even climb up a stair. That was her position. Today she can climb. But again what's happening? She used every nutrition but put on enormous weight these days. Because the problem with the intellectuals is, on account of something or the other, they stop practice. That's the problem. That inertia, one has to get over. But all alone when you live, you are weak. She is not different from that. She is no way different from that. Of course, that's why one should be very, very careful. There are many Nirupamas, perhaps, like this, leading the life. Those who are listening this, I'm telling you, the one bad quality, few qualities will completely envelop, mask all your achievements, all your talent. It will mask, because I want to tell you, how much I know about my volunteers, how much I care about these volunteers, how much I am strict about these volunteers. Understand? So, we are not the losers, let me tell you. I always tell this example of lake. In our childhood, we go to the lake bed for all our natural calls. In India, anywhere you go. No toilets. Where the toilets? Now Modi talks about building a toilets in a village. If you don't clean, they become carriers of the disease. Always in every village, whether it's tribal or whatever it is. Entire India, except this posh culture people. All of us, during all my childhood, early morning, myself, my cousins have to go to the lake bed in my village, always early morning at 4 o'clock. First thing is to empty out the bowl, you have to go to the lake bed. If the lake is not there, we have paddy fields, water always available in the paddy fields. So we go and clean our asses. So in spiritual world, it is a standard example that. If you go to to remove your excreta, you go to the ashram to remove all your stink, all your poo. That is the ashram. Ashram is meant for only that. It is like sitting in a loo. Everyone has to struggle. Then only it comes out. It depends on karma, what you ate. Depends on the karma, whether your poo is coming smooth or complicated, or bleeding piles you have, or fistula you have. In the ashram, depending on your karma, your journey in the ashram is exactly like that, constipated, or so piles bleeding. For one, ashram experience is bleeding. For one, ashram experience is, like constipating, doesn't like it at all. And for one who is healthy like a Kumar, ashram is the more stricter, it's very easy for him. Because his karma is like that, whatever it is, he learned it quickly. So I go to the lake bed to remove my excreta. I remove my excreta. But I get annoyed with the ashram, I get annoyed with the lake. Head, you dirty lake. So I stop cleaning. I don't wash my ass using the lake water. Is it the loss to the lake or to the ass of Kumar, the one who is not cleaning the ass, blaming the waters of the lake? Getting annoyed with the tradition, with the guru, getting annoyed with the ashrams, blaming the gurus. I'm telling you, if you quit any ashram, if you quit any guru, whose ass is stinking? Is the gurus or ashrams? If the lake water is stinking, if you don't clean, whom you are favoring? Whose ass do you think? So because you stopped washing, and do you think lake will suffer? Or lake will stink? Whose ass will stink? If you don't clean, your ass will stink. No one will look at you. Understood? That's why always remember, whoever the guru it is, if you choose, never go to the ashram to test first of all. All the testing has to be done. No trial class. I never went for 1 hour experience, one day experience, no, in my life. You go there means you should finish that course. 100% that guru is your guru. 100% accept, no question at all. Whatever he says, 2 plus 2, he says it is 6. Yes, 2 plus 2, 6 only. No question, I don't use my intellect anymore. There could be, I will find out why he said 2 plus 2, 6. That is, if I tell, yes, Guru told 2 plus 2 is a 6, then if I ask this ashram what it will teach if I quit, I am not a student. Understand? There is a difference between me and you. It is like choosing a partner, like a parents, like choosing a partner, having your children. 100% acceptance, no question of not accepting. Whatever it is, what you deserve you get. No, I never ever had, in none of the ashrams they will only say Kumar is the best student that they can ever have. They can ever imagine to have. There is no ashram which requested me to carry on their legacy or to teach in their tradition, including Iyengar, including Pattabhichara. Krishnamacharya already had a vairagya. He left it to me. He said, don't, all this, just leave it. Because he matured enough to come to that level. He's already fed up with Iyengar and Krishnamacharya, and even with his son, Deshikacharya. Too late he joined him. Very difficult to comprehend the level of Krishnamacharya. People think Deshikacharya itself is a highly influential person. When Deshikacharya, the son of Krishnamacharya, explains, slokas of Patanjali are not, people feel moved, but nothing. Deshikacharya is nothing in front of Krishnamacharya. Understand? So, there is a Nirupama anyone. She knows all these examples. What's the point? That's what surprises me. More than any student, she knows the depth of my teachings. But when it has not brought any change, expected change in her personality, what's the point? What's the purpose of yoga? What's the purpose of spirituality? Tell me. Understand? She will remain another intellectual, arrogant, that's all. Another arrogant who boasts, you see. I don't do any sin, What are they? That arrogance itself is a sin, big sin. What else? To show yourself, treating everyone as a sinner. Is it a life? In fact, she went during COVID-19, she brought all our products to distribute to her fellow colleagues. She has all those qualities, but at the end, neither her colleagues nor anyone will adore her. She is a predator. She can't mingle with anyone else. I try to give her status, that's maybe a mistake, but I have no other goal. To use everyone's strength and to allow them to get over their weaknesses. Enough. I can't compare Lizzie with Anna, Anna with Lizzie. I can't compare Mary with Anna, Anna with Lizzie. No, each one of them have a distinct advantages. They have a distinct weaknesses. So all my volunteers, even including Amarendra, but so the strengths of them I am exploring. Each one of them I am very strict in pruning their weaknesses. They are improving, as I told you, enormous improvement in Amarendra, not from the point of Nirupama, but from the point of me. She adores him because he started this for me and he takes care of all the financials and all. She said, that's the biggest asset for you, Mr. Kumar. If your family is handling these things, people would blame you. But the way Amarendra handles it, that's incredible that family handles all your affairs. But other than that, their discipline, the way they conduct, the way they comprehend, the way they talk, to the way they handle our fellow volunteers, the way they handle the course, nothing is as per her standards. That's why she doesn't like. That's her problem. She can't. Now, the only opportunity she has, but electron doesn't want to observe. The more observer you become to the electron, it wants to escape. So she has not attained that singularity. Now that electron is getting frustrated. So escaping from the observer. That's all. What else? The whole spirituality is, I wanted a strict observer. I told first thing to my guru or my wife is, you have to be strict observer. I appreciate my wife being a strict observer. I appreciate every guru being a strict observer. Because even a moment you are given a chance, Lucifer the devil, your weaknesses will come out. You will behave like a radical only, free radical only, given a chance. There's a problem in the body. Why we are consuming 6 liters? What is the reaching DNA is only? Everything is, every electron is you lost because you are not observer. Free radical, every electron is becoming a radical. Because of our callous attitude. The old technology is to become observer. To be under observer, you need to have a strict mother, how lucky you are. You need to have a strict father, how lucky I am. A sadist father, but how lucky I am. How grateful I am to my parents. Strict bosses I had, not really strict, because compared to ashram, the gurus, how lucky I am to have Iyengar like a strict. How lucky I am to have a strict Bhattacharya. How lucky I am, the one who knows strictness to the perfection, highestness like Krishnamacharya. I never liked a teacher being, not strict. I really admire my wife because she is very strict. Very strict. I like my children because they're strict, observers of the Father. I really love whenever they correct. Even for the fun's sake when they correct, I admire their fun of criticizing me. In fact, wife should always criticize. I always tell, my children always criticize. There's a pleasure when my children criticize or my wife. All the time I encourage them to criticize me. That is only the way. It is not that I am a radical, but still I am habituated to have an observer. All of you are my observers. Understand? Now I am under big observer group. Only for that reason I am in front of you. Understand? I am not retired into Himalayas. I could have. But I know. I admired every observer, every ashram. Never ever questioned the legacy of an ashram, the discipline. Whatever it is, they have the technique. Whatever the technique they have, doesn't matter. But as matter of my discipline, as a matter, whatever it is, unquestionable. I never entertained even a flash of negative thought about any guru. I never allowed anyone to generate. As long as someone is with me, even I don't talk to them or they don't talk to me, but I always never allowed anyone to talk ill about the guru or a tradition. I always discouraged them. Understand? These are the qualities of a student who is supposed to be. A legacy, a lineage, a guru tradition. The technologies of darshana, drashta, drishya, shad sanatana dharma, the eternal science, shad darshanas, the technologies of observations, sciences of observations, each one of them superior to the other, but only one practical, that is yoga darshana, given by the Patanjali. All the struggle Adishesha took is to restore the legacy of the sound of silence. No sound other than me in Sanskrit. All that is entertainment of the scholars. Shabdajalam maharanyam. Dukkam karane, as Shankaracharya tells. Understood? That is the legacy. One has to represent to become a yogi. Yogi is a transformed personality, selflessly. The journey is selfishness to selflessness, resistance to 100% acceptance, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, a mosquito, bacteria, COVID, only love, unconditional love. Sin is different. There is no sinner. If you have to blame a sinner, the entire world is entropy. Only sinners are born. That's the reality. How come you deny the reality? The reality, that's how you know. And that's how we try to get over that sin. All that a student has to learn is to separate Sin from a sinner is not easy. Sin is different. Sin. There is no so-called sinner at all. Only issue-based. Understand? Then only one can become a guru. Because for guru, all of you are the same. Like all the children. Each child is different. Nirupama is different. Amarendra is different. So, natural siblings, they should get on very well. No parent to think. But siblings fight. Some siblings get on very well. Some siblings all the time fight. Some siblings, they are so selfish, they use all other siblings for their needs. So there's a huge family, entire world as a family it is. Each one of my volunteers who carry this, who makes this run to show, different, distinct. But it's not that I love that they're the serving, they're the first one to be loved like anyone else. But they also have their weaknesses every day. I can't, at a distance, I may not correct here. But whoever is in touch with me, always get corrected constantly. That creates a turbulence. It doesn't mean they should leave it. In fact, they should grow beyond, like Amarendra, Ramadevi. How much? I don't think any volunteer that treated the worst means the one who is the best, hardest, toughest worker. The way he has went on to become a toughest is Amarendra. I tell you, I think that family has seen the worst of me, criticizing, correcting them. The very strict side of me. I hardly appreciated them. But like Nirupama, they also can quit. But they have become adorers. Even today, every day, some message goes. Amarendra is sensitive. His brain doesn't function if he gets a negative message from me. His wife worries, sir. But that sensitivity only helping Amarendra to grow. He has grown. Amarendra is like a Mahamadgalyayana. His jhana is so superior. I'm telling you. Not Nirupama doesn't have any jhana because intellect. Her progress in meditation, if you ask me, hardly there is any progression. That's the problem with her. Neither she can enter into the jhana nor she can claim to that progressed in any instant. No. That's why there is no transformation in her. Amarendra is not like that. Asha is like Aniruddha. She has a psychic, she has a wisdom, and she has a devotion. Yeah, whenever she faltered, it is corrected. She is like Aniruddha. Anna is like a Sariputta. Lizzie is like, so goes into like a Mother Vishaka kind of the thing. Each one of them, they have a character. So Amarendra is a jhana. The moment he hears my voice, he can enter into the samadhi. Not today. Very profound. And his wife Ramadevi is like a kundalini, but she can't work very hard. Amarendra can absorb it in the samadhi. Her intellect, her wisdom is a little low, but her faith also sometimes fluctuating like, but definitely, she supports her husband 100%. The entire family today, I can tell you, they are the worst hit. If someone has to leave, they should be the first people to leave. But you look at, the people only blame them. Most of the volunteers, most of the students, you do not know what. Because of them I am here standing in front in India and teaching here. They are the ones who found out, oh, there is a Kumar, a knowledgeable person. They are intellectual. They are also like Nirupama first in yoga. They started loving intellect, intelligence. They have come to me for my intellect and intelligence. But slowly, they became realizing that is a practice. Ramadevi is an arthritis patient. She is a yoga teacher, but arthritis patient. Totally. In winter she couldn't function. From that level, everything transformed, changed because they surrendered completely. Whenever there are the moments of non-surrender, I banged them, thrashed them. I told them always, either you stay, like Nirupama, either you stay or you quit. No, you are not doing anything. Nothing stops. Okay, let it stop, no problem. I will stop. How many times I told Amarendra? You are not doing anything. You are doing for yourself. Dharma has given you opportunity yourself. Never think that you are doing something. But still, day by day, the maximum responsibility is by any volunteer carried, financial and all other, every responsibility. The leader of all the volunteers is, in India, is Amarendra. Now people can see how much he has grown. Anna too, Lizzie too, Mary too. They can talk to him. They can't talk to me because where they will get banged. Now they talk to Amarendra. Send. I don't allow these back channels. Again I shout at Amarendra, I shout at Anna. You should feel corrected by the observer guru. Why you are afraid? Why electron is trying to escape? Come, get the things done in a different route, escaping from the observer. Anna she gets shivered. Amarendra became strong, but Anna still weak sometimes. But Anna completely devoted. Even Amarendra has some traces of, so he is transforming, he has come to reasonably high level. But the question of devotion of Anna cannot be questioned. But the problem is capability of Anna. In expounding dharma like Sariputta, she is very good in understanding the technology. But her administrative skills, etc., is not bit. She is poor. That are her weaknesses, poor thing. When I shout, she goes like this. Very difficult for her. Because she is not an Indian. She never used to. And she is very self-conscious, means she feels herself totally incapable. Every day excuse message comes. She is incredible, but I tell her to gain that confidence and to lead. She also learned a lot. Each one of these people who carry this traditional yoga, it is a traditional yoga or Vedic nutrition owned by the people like you. It is run by purely volunteers. My job is, if they keep everything ready, I come and deliver, that's all. My job is not involved in any of these affairs. I can only guide them, that's all. I am very strict about the discipline. I am very strict about the way the dharma, yoga has to be presented, because we should not compromise. Any compromise in giving, suppose I teach in Zoom, low quality, it is undermining yoga and traditions. We might starve, but we should give you the best quality, because it's a yoga. Yoga needs the best respect, highest respect in the world. Now, I can't show it as a shabby picture. I can't use anything. The best infrastructure it requires when it comes to teaching. Because the student has to get the best. Yoga is the best. My job is to uphold its value. In no way I am eligible to downgrade its reputation, because yogis are incredible. Their sacrifices are incredible. In front of them, what is my sacrifice? Nothing. How lucky we are. Still we hear a word of yoga. You don't know. There are the periods you won't even hear the word called yoga. At least now you are hearing this word called yoga. Okay, different forms of yoga. So what is the real yoga? It is not accessible even to the 0.0000001%. 8 billion people, very few people, you can count on fingertips. Understood how incredible we should be. So, today, tomorrow is the Shivaratri, a great beginning for the upcoming course and a great ending. Samarohana program for the public workshop ending. Anyone, the techniques you will learn, my dear, because a public workshop, I should not stoop down to the level of converting into a buffoon, just jumping. What for yoga stands out compared to any other damn exercise? How the yoga is only the tool of the fitness. What is anabolic? What is the catabolic? How incredible, how important to understand yoga as a scientific discipline and each style of why Krishnamacharya is so famous. To understand each style, balancing each one of those styles for your overall fitness, for your power, for your strength, for your endurance, for your speed, for your agility, for your flexibility, for your sharpness to respond, for you to be a human, for you to dissolve your ego, for infinite source of energy, ATP. Yoga, the purpose of yoga is any of the contraction, only purpose of building infinite catabolic capacity. ATP always available. Your body has a ketogenic. The discipline of yoga, how it evolved. How to consume less, entire. What is the concept of zero resistance? What is the concept of conductance? What is a yogi? How every limb talks about only the goal as a zero entropy, zero resistance, 100% adaptability. The one who adapts quickly, the one who doesn't blame anyone, anything. The one who has a capacity to lead, a visionary, the damn technologies, the damn science, nothing which you talk. The one which enables you without even feeling any stress, which enables you stand out among your colleagues, among contemporary, wherever you are, whether you are in Himalayas, whether you are in a Google company, which keeps you ahead, which makes you smile all the time, which makes you discharge your duties with a smiling face. The most worst situation where you can smile, like your grandfather. That is the discipline of yoga which we are talking about. Don't leave. Tomorrow you have to lie down and meditate. Tomorrow will be a different place because tomorrow after the COVID-19 we all are meeting. All Indians, all those in Hyderabad are coming. Those who want to come different places also, they can come. We didn't say no. They can come. The message went to every Indian student. So tomorrow, first time post-COVID, now everything is lifted by the government of India. So for the first time or only time, again tomorrow we will be meeting again. Because Shivaratri is some special day. So we'll be meditating. So people will be lying down and observing entire body with the Shiva sound of silence. A great initiation, a great beginning for the next course. The next course is the beginner's course is going to be 3 months and then followed by another 3 months, advanced course, 6 months totally. That is yoga and meditation. And whatever you learned so far, those ingredients will be played less, but much more new understanding, new insights will be given, especially meditations. Understand. If you have any financial concern, let us know. If not, you'll be on the train. Continue your journey. you will never repent. Understand, whether you are spiritual or whether you want to yoga, learn yoga, for total fitness it is. Continue your journey on this mission. Never come to a conclusion that, there is no asana. Yes, I have shown you how the asana of the endurance is practiced and how the beast yoga is practiced. But I must have done the beast yoga, but you have seen the perfection, you have seen. After that, again you go to the zero resistance, then it's not a beast yoga, it becomes a feast yoga. How quickly you can do in the 20 minutes, all those postures. That easy yoga is, if you are in zero resistance. Again, doing that, kind of the contraction, like a speed. All those asanas performed in 15-20 minutes means a speed, not even endurance. But then followed by next day you are ready. It's not tiring. Your cell is again, you could take it to the zero resistance the next moment. That's why you can even, whether you do beast yoga, whether you call it feast yoga, the thing is zero resistance. We continue to learn tomorrow because the time goes only for people come. Again, they have to catch up with their offices. So maximum 3 hours will be the session. And meditation will be the session. Main session is going to be tomorrow because that's the time for meditation. The most important is the dharana which Shiva has given. The entire path of. That's the story of the Shiva, Shankaracharya. And today I've already finished. So I don't have to repeat it again tomorrow. Understand? That's why today, introduction to tomorrow's, the history of Shiva and Vishnu, Patanjali, as a part of today's story, I conveyed how the Shankaracharya got. At what age people go to the Kashi, why they go to the Kashi. Today, how the meaning has changed completely. Understand? Now, as I told you, Himalaya Alaya mean temples. Himalayas are called, isn't it? Himal called. Alaya, Himalayas are called temples. Himal, temples are cooling down, removing entropy, removing heat. Understand? Only if that's why they are called Himalayas. Why nowhere in the world they are called by that name? Why they are called Alps somewhere? But only they are called Himalayas. Alaya means temple. They are not some peaks. Each peak is a temple of clay caves of yogis. Understand? Temples of what? Tapasya, cooling down, removing the heat, removing the entropy. That's only the purpose of Himalaya. That's only the purpose for which I went. Every saint went. The only purpose of going to the Kashi, I explained it to you. I returned means what? To teach you, to take you to that level. Like Shankaracharya did the same. Any yogi of the traditions or the parampara did the same. Now the pool of consciousness due to COVID-19 opened the vistas to all of you. That's why I told you, Himalayas coming home to embrace you, to cool you down, to make you yogis. Understand? What you don't get today in Himalayas, I'm telling you, this whole next 5 months or 6 months is going to be technologies of Himalayas. You're converting your home into a temple of cool, calm, quiet peace. That's the meaning of Himalayas coming home. Very rare any Indian left, my grandfather left for Himalayas, never returned, because he failed to find a guru or got enlightened or didn't have the capacity to teach. He did not come back like a Shankaracharya. It's like a Krishnamacharya, 1.5 minutes he could stop. That is the eligibility, at least Krishnamacharya said. I asked him why he has come back. He said, my guru told breath, all that he could get to experience the level of sthula. That's why his guru authorized him to teach every asana with the breath, to slow down the breath. Zero resistance to achieve by asana. So it is the teachings what you are going to get next 5 months or 6 months. Tomorrow is the preparation, both yoga and meditation. Don't expect what I am going to teach, because whatever pole, even I am not sure, whatever pole of consciousness wants you to gain from Himalayas, you will get it. Understand? No promises, because I am not a robot to deliver a robot program. No yogi will deliver. Understand? It is a human making program. It is a living in the present. That's how the teachings are connected. I am conveying. Jesus conveyed the message of Father only. Prophet conveyed the message of Allah only. I am also a messenger. To stand eligible and to teach you that I have to be a messenger. I am dissolved already. There is no Mr. Koma. There is only a messenger. There is only a yogi. That's how one acquires the eligibility qualification to teach. Understand? So whatever the pole of consciousness every day wants you to get benefited, it will benefit you. Everything in the nature I told you, at the end is meant for sacrifice to help others. They stay fit to help others. So the next 6 months is going to be an incredible journey, spiritual journey for you. Many of you, every day, whether you are older and new, every day, every moment, new, because the God has given it new for what? To teach you new, to keep you alive, to keep you excited, to give you brand new. So from me, whatever pole of consciousness conveys is always a brand new, which you never heard of, which you ever thought of, that dimension, that angle which you never thought of, which you ever or never heard of, which you can ever think of even, that you can hear about. That is the tradition of yogis. That is the tradition of the saints. So today, in all respect, like Shankaracharya, in praise of his gurus. Why? So today also I started. So tomorrow will be meditating. Mahashivaratri day is not an ordinary day. A yogi is born. A yogi is given a technologies of yoga. Thandava, Shiva Thandava, Nataraja, the revelation of the sound, the legacy of the sound, the legacy of the yogis that began pre-Indus Valley civilization, the technologies of fusion of the sun, the technologies of the fusion of least quantum state of energy, and going beyond zero entropy, realizing singularity as a mission. Tomorrow is the day of initiation by the Shiva to the Vishnu, Shiva to the Patanjali, Adishesha to the Patanjali, to Mandukacharya in the form of Gaudapadacharya and the Shankaracharya. The legacy of the great yogis that Krishnamacharya talks about and much beyond. Yoga is not all. If it is not in Himalaya, there is no yoga. Understood? It's not a gully yoga. It's the most scientific discipline, the depth. That's why yoga is worshipped, yoga is adored. And how much depth in these last 10 days or 15 days you could capture. Still it is only a periphery. I have not finished. Neither catabolism nor anabolism completely. The chain of anabolism or catabolism. A yogic body is in the making, not a gym body in the making, a demon's body in the making. Yes, without understanding, the world is only in the making of demons. But yoga is only the way of understanding, shaping yogis. Body of ketogenic, consuming least amount of oxygen. Least amount of oxygen is consumed less means less calories, means less nutrients required. The more active you are, more gym, more stress, more demanding your job, more demand for the requirement of the nutrients, more requirement. In fact, how much you're depriving, how much you're killing the cell, I told you. Or virtually, you have become soul killer, DNA killer. That's why it's called premature aging, a disease. A youngster having back problem, neck problem. I can't imagine. How much we abuse this body and mind. A system designed for 120 years started giving the trouble from the day one. Indigestion among the children. Problems of the children obesity too, children hyperactivity too. Do you know? Give coffee somarasa, they will perform. Now is exam time in India. Anything to do with the mental job, mental performance, memory. The moment you have coffee somarasa, your mind functions at a different level. Not because of the coffee. In somarasa, coffee doesn't work. Coffee will work two ways. As a stimulant. The way the world drinks. As a stimulant. In Somarasa, the way coffee engineered in Somarasa is an activator. A huge difference between a stimulant and between an activator. Guru is an activator. Guru is not a stimulant. Understand? Somarasa, coffee. For all those performance in the field of stress, in the field of software. Who wants to have a different level of the mind, positive mind, effulgent mind, a mind which wants to, stress is not a question, and mind which studied everything, studied for exam, and not caring which comes out outpost like my younger child told. In fact, first year of my medicine I felt such a heart. The final year of medicine everyone feels so overwhelmed because all the 5-year subjects are covered. But for me 5 years, my final year exams which are a torture for everyone, I did not even feel there is that my final year exams going on because of Somarasa. And that too, at that time, coffee somarasa is not there. And coffee somarasa stands out for your children too, for you too. Examinations to interviews to handling the toughest jobs to. If you have to have a mind fully functional, simply you need somarasa coffee. Nothing in the world can discover it. Understood. Yesterday, so interest. I am disturbed because Somarasa tea I am trying. So Somarasa coffee, Somarasa tea is a distinct advantage, each compound. But natural spray-dried tea powder, instant tea powder we need. The technology of instant coffee are well established, we could engineer. But engineering, non-dextrose, non-lecithin way of producing instant tea doesn't exist. So I've been working with the companies, 2-3 companies. So one company is, so very expensive. One company said little bit, but I want to see both analyses. So, and then, so the trial is going on. Yesterday I indulged, so my stomach completely disturbed because of formulations yesterday. It happens when you try out new formulations, So when I can be a good guinea pig because I can endure robust. So yesterday night and today morning, so my bowels are disturbed because of new version which I am trying to develop for Somarasa tea, because my daughter doesn't like coffee, so she likes tea. So also many of you in India, coffee is not a culture, but tea is a culture. So let me, if at all, if it is by the time it will be made available to you, I can't tell when, it should be perfect. I kept a sample, one sample, beginner sample only, first sample of, so tea to my daughter. Still I have not informed because yesterday night it was too late. So today now going back, I will tell her to taste it, to test it. As I told you, her taste, she is very critical and she has the best taste buds. She will tell, I am sure, I know, she will tell. She will tell, Dad, this you are calling as tea. There is no way it is tea, Dad, she will tell. She has to tell that. That's why I said the first version. So at what level she will criticize, I am only waiting. Like this, there are some molecules in place. You are trying all in one. As I told you, cellulite designing, cell up to hypodermis, it will detoxify. That's why it burns when you apply. And I told you, glove don't use on the face. Even with the bare hand, when you apply the new citronella, lemon, all in one, it should burn your skin. Can't you see how my skin is glowing? It has to burn. On my genitals also I apply that and rub, because genital skin is so sensitive. And for a woman, it burns when you keep this new body wash. But I tell you, it will keep you free from using candida, etc. Unnecessarily you have to pain, instead of applying pain balm or something. And this new body wash will remove your genital itching and your urinary infections, any infection getting in. It will burn every day, but I'm telling you, it will keep your reproductive system active. It will solve a hormonal imbalance. Like progesterone, patches. It does much more job than a progesterone hormone patches, because this Somarasa every day burning on your genitals, I'm telling you, will purify, will keep your reproductive system very, very healthy. I'm not a dummy. Even for your children, that burning is required. That pain only leads to growth. You are using Somarasa. And this itself, this body wash itself, as I told you, it has every nutrient in it, natural nutrients in it. It not only detoxes, but it also strengthens, it also purifies, it also tones up. Apart from the cream, Cream's purpose is different, but as a all-in-one, Kara Kesha Kaya, I'm telling you. So some of you have difficulties like burning. Some of you may be having problem of, of what? Allergy to citronella. Don't read and don't get scared because it has many buffering. The best way to get over your skin allergy is this. It has many buffering compounds. As I told you, 4.5 pH. It can adjust to 6.5 pH, 5.5 pH, 7.5 pH. Understood? There's a marvel of oils with the different pHs, natural pHs, phytochemical activity embedded together. So anything negative experience you're considering, I want to tell you, is not a negative, it is a positive. It will build robust immunity in your system. In fact, next time I'm thinking, like that honey, have you seen the best honey of all the Himalayas and honeys mixed together you have seen? Have you tasted it or not? Next honey I will give you is complete raw honey, just from the honeycomb, squeezed. Just like this honey blend of all of them. Next I will give you one raw honey, one South honey, Agambe, and one Himalayan refined honey, purified honey, like right now, and one raw honey, completely raw honey, with full of natural pollen, natural healing, for you can't compare the raw honey with this. No one will give you the raw honey. But I want to purchase it. I am sourcing it. It will take time, but it will be available one day. A raw honey blend of Himalayas. You can't imagine what are all the health benefits you can get. Understood? I will give you one dishwash, floor wash, and cloth wash. Liquid. Powder will be different, but liquid, it's in the making. That also I give you like Karakaya Kesha, like body, for floor, for your dishes, because they use dirty chemicals. I've been using the dishwash liquid, floor wash liquid, which I've been developing it. Once you clean the dish, I can see how it shines. The Prill, which is in India, a German technology, Procter & Gamble companies. It is nothing in front of the dishwasher solution. You can even use it in the dishwashing solution, because you should never use cake. Understand? Very important is it has oils which have powerful cleansing, antimicrobial, to disinfect your plate completely, antimicrobial. You soak vegetables in that water, completely disinfected. Maybe I give you separate oil blend of that, or that liquid itself. Floor wash, you add and clean the floor, it will shine. Disinfects completely the floor, completely, immediately. Your hands, it's not for the hands, for the dishes. In China, every restaurant or a good restaurant, a good home means before you serve, so they first boil the tea and first decoction, they clean your all eating plates. And the second boil, which is full of leaveners, will serve you for drink. But first wash, decoction of the tea, for cooking vessel, for all the serving vessels, they disinfect. For all the cooking vessels, they have already done it. So this dishwash keeps your dishes free from any kind of the virus, bacteria, fungus. All those oils already proven. Not only that, as I told you, shines. Your cookware will shine like anything. just mere wash. Your floor also will shine. Main thing is chemical free, most important. Most important is the amount of chemicals we are dumping in enormous. That can be used for liquid for clothes. It is still in the development. It will come out maybe a week or 50. So, experimentation is going on. Critical experimentation is going on. In this week, we are going, myself, my colleagues, to make a body soap also, herbal soap. All ingredients. So that project might take a month time. I'm telling you. There are so many projects involved. For us, morning to evening, to have healthy inputs, that's all. Understand? The mission, only mission a yogi has, Patanjali has. Why Patanjali has to give Ayurveda? Why he has to talk about food? Any yogi, yoga is ahara, vihara, everything, morning to evening pramana, it has to have a standard. In compliance of standard, we fall sick. Everything has to have absolute standard. That's what Patanjali is talking about. You have no idea at all. You are thinking, you are deluded about your diet. So in this next course, we will be learning. Right now, zero catabolic, anabolic, but nutrients required. What are the vitamins required? What are all the minerals required for carbohydrate metabolism? Also, you have no idea. Fat metabolism also, you have no idea. Apart from to run biochemical pathways, what are all the nutrients required? Understand? Continue to learn. The new Astikamritam, Dantamritam, continue to use. The mouthwash, the new mouth pulling oil, a little strong and little thick, so it takes time more. Instead of 12 minutes, it takes 15 to 20 minutes it takes in the mouth. Doesn't matter, even after 12 minutes you can throw it off. It's more powerful actually. So we try to, next batch, maybe we try to little bit dilute it. The latest version is already little diluted, like the first version. Because the oils will change, we are getting the better oils. Oils will change natural there. So, one mouth pulling oil, second batch is little more, more antimicrobial activity in your mouth, little bit burning. Third one is somewhat better, so we will balance. All are the same, understand? The amount of oil used is also same, but the percentage of phytochemicals change. Percentage of citronellol changes, eucalyptol changes. That's the problem. Continue to tune in. Tomorrow is a special day, Shivaratri day. So we'll be communicating from a live platform. The clarity for those distant viewers in the world, the clarity may not be like this today in a studio because we'll be moving into the field tomorrow. It is a practical. All my students in Hyderabad are coming together with the families for meditation. So you can see them tomorrow. Post-COVID, better to start a day in everyone's life with a big bang of Shiva. That's why a holy get-together tomorrow. All of you starting the next course tomorrow, the first day, tune in and meditate and witness the effect of Shivaratri, get the advantage of Shivaratri. Lord bless you to be a yogi in Himalaya, cooling down, removing your entropy. Technologies of cryogenic, making entropy 0, 0, realizing singularity, realize Holy Spirit, realize Allah the He. May Lord bless you, partner too. Cool down to the level of Himalaya, pursuing technologies of superfluid, cryogenic, put out the fire to connect to Himalaya, to become yogi. May Lord bless you. May Lord bless you, parents and grandparents. Get connected to world of Kashi, world beyond, where there is no return. To be born again, cooling down, realizing singularity, like any Indian or Estonian. Everyone in old left the place where they are born. Went to Kashmir, went to Uttar Kashi, Himalaya, Hare Kashi, not to return to make it washing. May Lord bless you, Kirtan kin like a Shankara, in the making of a yogi, in pursuit of cooling, removing the entropy, understanding technology of cryogenic, going down to least quantum state of single state of energy, to make zero enemy. May Lord bless you, siblings, to be part of a noble family, cooling down, calming down, like yogis of Himalaya, family of Shiva, the yogi, family of yogi in Himalaya, Himalaya, at your home, transforming family of Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Jesus, Robert. May Lord bless your friend, relative, to be like relatives of every peak of Himalaya. May all of them along this Himalaya to flow into their household, to cool down, calm down, to get the peace, the Holy Spirit. Allah Dahi Parabrahma. May Lord bless you, friends are Shiva, Himalayas, friend, oh Lord, for yogi, friends are yoga. May your friends become friends of Shiva, allowing to get over the heat of emotion, willing to reach that superfluid, to allow Alexei to flood in, to be healthy, to be happy. May Lord bless you, accolades to pursue the technologies of Himalaya, cryogenic to change the gene expression forever, to be the best of human, who is always happy, who is always positive. May Lord bless your community like communities of Himalaya, adoring the constitution of yoga, yama, niyama, following path of discipline, and calming down, cooling down, doing yoga. May Lord bless you, county, province, state to be cooling down, calming down, staying healthy, happy, pursuing technologies of cryogenic conservation. May Lord bless your country to be conserving energy, cryogenic, like Himalaya. May your country like Bhutan, they came living always, every citizen calm and quiet, healthy and happy. May Lord bless you, world within you, world outside you, cooling down, connecting to the pool of consciousness. May you become a channel of superfluid, superconducting. And may you become super yogi, self-led to serve. May you be healthy, happy. May I be grateful to you. May I express my gratitude to you to belong on you. May I ever be grateful to you, your Lord. May you be healthy, happy, always with Namaste. May you have good evening. Namaste. May you have a good night. Coming down, cooling down. May Namo Namah. May you have a good morning. Agam like Himalaya, so calm reflect. Namo Namah. May you have a good day, like cooling down, coming down, like Himalaya, flowing into you. Namo Namah. May every moment, in every moment, you free from entropy, resistance. May you grow healthy, happy, excited. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Please watch tomorrow's, participate, do meditation with that sound of silence. All that you have to do is lie down, listen, surrender, listen without brain chatter. Start liking the sound, that's all. You'll experience dhyana, dhyana, samadhi, feel rejuvenated. You are somewhere, try to tune in or try to watch later a recorded session of tomorrow's program. Incredibly grateful to you. Try to be on the train. Any of you have a zeal to join, don't think about money, contact our volunteers. All our old students, you can contact our volunteers for to stay connected. Namaste.